Are you wondering how to release the need to control others? We all have unconscious patterns within our psyche that lead us to think that we know what is best for someone else. This is a protective mechanism. But how do we develop spiritual mastery? How do we develop the ability to release the need to control others? I want to thank you so much for being here with me. You are all sacred souls, and I love you all dearly. My name is Allison, and I am a spiritual channel and mentor. I'm also a licensed marriage and family therapist, so I understand the intersectionality between spirituality, psychology, and neuroscience. Today, I want to talk about something that sits at the very heart of spiritual maturity, something that determines how deeply we're able to love, how peacefully we're able to live, and how clearly we are able to channel and embody the divine within ourselves. True spiritual mastery means releasing the need to control other people's behavior. Not because we don't care, not because we're passive, but because we finally understand their path is their own. When we micromanage the evolution of another person's soul, they are not able to grow. Think about how it feels when someone tries to micromanage your soul and your experience. Doesn't feel good, does it? It leads to constriction. But why do we try to control people? Well, if you've ever felt responsible for someone else's healing, choices, emotions, or outcomes, that impulse usually doesn't come from wisdom. It comes from a nervous system trying to stay safe. When we grow up in stress, chaos, trauma, criticism, emotional unpredictability, our bodies learn, if I make everyone behave, I'll be okay. If I fix this conflict, no one gets hurt. If I anticipate their needs, I'll be loved. So in adulthood, we keep trying to manage other people's decisions, even when it drains us, even when it disconnects us from our intuition, even when it blocks our channel, and it leads to those same things happening in them. Control is never spiritual. Control is survival. And survival is not the same thing as awakening. God consciousness honors free will. At the level of awakened consciousness, which is Christ consciousness, God consciousness, unity consciousness, the quantum field if you're scientific, there is a deep, unwavering respect for free will. Love never coerces. Love never manipulates. Love never forces growth on another soul. If the divine itself doesn't try to control us, why would we want to control each other? Really get curious about this within yourself. It comes from an unhealed wound. The good news is that you can heal yourself, and then you can then model the truth of what the divine actually is. You can honor free will in others. You can speak clearly about what you're observing. You can set boundaries and you can walk away from harm, but you cannot force healing. Healing must be chosen, and it must be offered from a place of clarity of what we're witnessing, but with compassion and mercy, never with shame or guilt or manipulation. And this is why mature spirituality sounds like, I love you, and your choices are yours. Let's explore influence versus control. Letting go of control doesn't mean you become passive. It doesn't mean you stop caring. It doesn't mean that you stop seeing or you start ignoring the suffering in the world. It means you shift from gripping to guiding. You still get to influence the world through your clarity, through your example, through your boundaries, through your presence, through your energy, through your words, through your leadership, and through your embodiment. But you no longer collapse into fear and choose to respond with hate or anger when people choose differently than you would do. You instead become a lighthouse instead of a lifeguard. A lighthouse stands tall, bright, and unwavering. It doesn't jump into the ocean for every swimmer. It doesn't dim itself. It doesn't chase. It holds its position, and people navigate by its light, when they are ready. Healing is an invitation, not an obligation. And that is what true love feels like. It's open-hearted, it's grounded, it's sovereign and free. The essence of spiritual maturity is remembering that love is not controlling. Love is not rescuing. Love is not sacrifice. Love is not fear disguised as protection. Love is presence, respect, truth, discernment, boundaries, freedom, and the willingness to let people grow in their own time. This is the deepest expression of spiritual awakening, not elevating yourself above anyone else, but standing firmly in your own center and letting every other soul stand in theirs. If you are on a healing path or a spiritual path, I want you to know you don't have to carry anyone. You don't have to fix anyone. You don't have to take responsibility for anyone else's evolution. You do have to do that for yourself. You get to walk your own path with clarity, accountability, compassion, and inner strength, and trust that the divine will guide others on theirs. That is true awakening. That is true maturity. That is love. If you're interested in learning how to do this, I hope you'll consider reading my book, The Divine Within, Healing Ourselves to Heal the World, which is available on Amazon and other online platforms. It offers a step-by-step guide of how to develop self-awareness, how to rewire your nervous system, how to heal the parts of yourself that hold wounds, and how to step more in alignment with divine will so that you can embrace the love that you are and make choices that do not cause harm to self or other. I'm sending you deep love and appreciation for how you shine your light, no matter where you are on your healing journey of remembrance.